Nolan, Omni-Man, apologizes to Debbie, right?
Okay.
And he asks her for his forgiveness, right? For, murdering a bunch of people in Chicago, abandoning his son, murdering the entire Guardians of the Globe. The whole story of
Yeah.
Invincible. And I think she should forgive him.
Welcome into the Over 9,000 podcast. I'm your host, Vintage Rush. It has been quite a while since we got on here, but yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's good? My name is Romeo or Retros, and we're back. Woo, so excited.
Yes, sir. We are back. It's your boy Rashid, aka Zombie Hulk. We are ready for another episode, my man.
Yeah, let's get it. I mean, we're back. Let's see. Was there a war last time we were back? I'm not sure, but we're going to get into that topic. But the first thing I want to do is just a new segment where we just do a hot take, man. A weekly hot take. We should be able to be mad at the world or happy about something at the world and have some type of hot take every week. So, Romeo, go ahead, man. What's your hot take of the week?
All right, hot take of the week. So everyone here's watched Invincible, right?
Yeah.
The newest season.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's a pretty incredible episode. No? Not at all?
But go ahead. Go
All
ahead.
right, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, spoiler alert. All right, so basically, Nolan, Omni-Man, apologizes to Debbie. right?
Okay.
Okay.
And he asks her for his forgiveness, right? For, murdering a bunch of people in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
abandoning his son, murdering the entire Guardians of the Globe. The whole story of
Yeah.
Invincible.
Right.
And I think she should forgive him. That's my controversial take. I think the story's about redemption. Of course, she
How
didn't
to-
forgive him in the show, but in the comics she did forgive him. So they changed that from the show to the comics. But I think the show's about redemption. Audi Man, he just looks so sad and innocent with this little mustache.
Wow,
now.
this man hit him
And,
with
I
the
think
puppy
she
eyes
should
and
forgive
said,
him.
"Please forgive him because he got the puppy eyes
He's
on."
sorry, okay?
I don't
He's
wanna hear
sorry.
that, bro.
He's not going to do it again. Audi Man's not a bad guy. That's my
I don't know.
controversial take.
Okay.
The only reason that this is even remotely plausible is that there is a chance that he's able to save more lives than the
Then
ones that he murdered.
Okay.
Like that's it. I mean, other than that, it should always be a life for a life.
I will say this.
You know what I mean? So it's like, damn, there
Uh-huh.
better be an imminent threat going on right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To save his life. But yeah, it should be a life for a life for sure. There should be more death penalties and more public hangings and just more murders, period, for people that murder and that are pedophiles. So I think there are some crimes
No.
that do deserve death. And Omni-Man committed quite.
He said quite a few of them.
All right, man, Rashid, go ahead, man. Hit us with your hot take of the week.
My hot take, I don't know. I
Could be
guess,
anything.
I guess my hot take would be, since I don't know, we've been watching quite a few movies, so I would say they put on hot chicks. I was like, I don't like this movie, man.
Oh,
I don't. For the longest time, I've been trying to
Whoa.
hide it, but I just don't
Okay,
like.
all
I just
right.
don't like the movie. It's just
White chicks?
White chicks.
White chicks, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? I like that movie. It's not bad.
I don't know. It's just not. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it, man. It's just not.
It's a little silly. I'll give you that. I will give you that. It is a little silly. Damn, at the time and place it came out, there really wasn't much like that, and there was a lot of like white girl parody. I think like early 2000s, white girls were kind of on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so to have like a parody that was
Just
like
all
making
the-
fun
yeah.
of them and all that shit,
Yeah.
the fucking the N-word scene in the car, it's like you can say it. You know what I mean? That shit was just like the story of the times. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see looking at it like 20 years later and being like, yeah, this is kind of mid, but damn, that time and place.
I guess it's just when it was released, at least the time, I guess,
Yeah.
would be why it blew up so much.
Right.
But I guess I don't know. Even when I first saw it, I was just like, I don't know. This just wasn't that funny to me.
Right,
And then
right.
everybody wants to do the that scene where he's in the car singing the song.
Yeah.
Making my way back.
I was like,
Come on,
oh,
that's a
wow.
great scene.
I was like, oh, okay.
I just think that, like I said, like that music was hot back then. White girls were on top of the world. You know, it just kind of probably just resonated, just making fun of like the most topical thing at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think white girls' dominance has definitely fallen since 2000. But I mean, look, okay, this is how dominant the white girl was. All right.
All right.
Listen to this. Flat asses were in.
Okay.
That was a thing.
Yes.
That was.
Big booties were out. Flat asses were in. The low rise was king. And if you had kind of a big butt with the low rise jeans, it was universally frowned upon.
Damn.
Really?
Damn.
The brothers, though, I'll tell you what, the brothers had it right.
They kept
appreciate
it. They
it.
kept it,
still
bro.
wanted the fat asses. But other
All
than the
right.
brothers,
That was. Damn.
asses
That's
were
crazy. That's crazy to think about now.
yeah, that's actually, that is crazy, dog.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, flat asses were in. Being skinny as fuck was in. And the crowd ruled the world, and that was that. Damn.
All right, what's your hot take? What's your hot take, Rush? What do we have for the pod?
This is actually probably pretty controversial, but we should be racist towards Zionists and
Oh,
not
man.
Jews.
Ooh.
You know, and I see a lot of Jew hate, and you know, I just be like, they can't all be like that, you know. But it's the ones with the Zionist agendas, the ones that obviously are deep in their religion, following the Talmud to a exact
Yep, to a T.
To a
to a T. That's the problem. But yeah, that would be other than that, you know, it does bother me because I kind of feel like, damn, it's like, you know, this is like. You know, this is like the civil rights movement all over again. But, you know, some of it is warranted, but I think it's just a lot of Zionists. You know, we should definitely have extreme prejudice hate towards Zionists and Zionist agendas.
No, I mean, I agree. Their whole book of Talmud basically tells us that humans that aren't Jew are less than dogs.
Which doesn't make sense because they're not
Crazy.
athletic.
Crazy.
They're not crazy good looking either. You know what I mean? They're not crazy good looking. You know?
He said they're not crazy
So I
athletic.
always be like,
Really?
thinking you? For real? Like, all right.
Oh man.
They're the supreme race.
All right.
but yeah. No, there's definitely a big difference between a just normal Jew and a Zionist that's fully engulfed. So there should be that distinction.
Yeah, there definitely should be that distinction. That's what I'm
Absolutely.
saying. That's
Yeah.
the hot take.
That's the hot take.
Definitely should be that distinction.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, man, man, just bringing up the topic, man. I mean, we got a couple. We got basically a couple different generations, so it's kind of going to be kind of funny to see what everybody's thought on the war. I guess is
Yeah, World War III.
I mean, it's not World War III yet, but I guess
Soon to be.
technically we're at war. It's starting to affect.
They said
like,
pre-phases of
yeah, because no, I mean,
Yeah.
it is more real than I would ever. I don't know. It feels more real than Afghanistan, just because. But maybe it's not. But just because I know a couple guys at the shop, they're in the National Guard, and you know they're like, yeah, we're next man up. They're like, hey, you guys want to go over here?
Mm.
So, yeah, man. What's your
yeah.
what's your thoughts on the war, Romeo? I mean, from your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I served in the Navy, and my
Alright.
perspective of it is kind of. They talked about it a lot when I served, and even some of like the commanders and like that I worked for, like they talked about how like, even though this doesn't involve China, but they talked about how like China low key might beat us. Like they were just kind of throwing that out there, like, yo, we might get signed by China. Just letting y'all know. And I was shocked. I was like, bro, did I just hear that from like the.
He said
freaking
for
captain?
my commander, bro.
Like,
Like,
I was like,
Crazy.
that, but in terms of this whole Iran and Israel thing, it's tough because you actually see things happening. It's not actually just talk. There was actually over 650 ballistic missiles that were launched by Iran
yeah.
in the U.S. or not the U.S. but in military territories. And so, yeah, it's getting real, and especially with people at the shop are getting sent, which are guys who are working in the National Guard.
Yeah, man, that makes sense.
It's a real thing, man.
Yeah, it's a real thing. So
Real threat. Gas is up. I mean, man,
that hurts
you
the
know what I'm
worst,
saying?
bro.
Like, yeah, we're going to war, man. We're good. You know.
I mean, I haven't noticed. Luckily, I switched over to the gay team.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Tesla,
We
bro.
both
All right,
have
Mr.
Teslas,
Teslas.
you know.
So I mean, I definitely have not.
Yeah, but
Well, I have noticed, bro.
Rashid has noticed. Okay.
$50 for a tank of gas, bro. Like, damn, bro. Why? There's no
Brutal.
need for it, man.
There's no need for
You
it.
need them 1998 prices where them shit was
Quarter?
fucking get your quarter.
I
Yeah.
remember seeing a quarter one time.
Really, like when you were a kid?
Yeah, I remember seeing a quarter one time.
Man, magical time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need them times back.
I think they ran it special, but like I think it was a special they ran for a quarter, but the price was 99 cents.
Yeah.
Like that was like normal, but they were like, oh, we're gonna do a quarter special. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Rashid, man, I mean, what's your take on the war, man?
I'm gonna be honest. I really haven't been keeping up with
Okay, that's a
with
good-
all
that's
that
a good
with all
take.
that
Yeah.
because
No, I wanted to talk.
because it's me. It's like if I can read about it all I want, but it's I can't personally do anything about it. Like then that point, I'm just stressing just to stress over some more that may or may not happen. If it doesn't happen, then I'm just stressing over nothing. If it does happen, then I guess I could stress a little bit more. But but I personally haven't kept up with it, so it's just if it happens, it happens, you know.
There was a streamer recently. I don't know if he was doing it for show, but it did kind of make me laugh because I was like, "This is probably like our generation." But he was just like, "Yo, I read the news the other day. We're at fucking war." Like, he was like, "What? What the fuck did this happen?" And like, to me, that's like a microcosm of just like this generation. And shout out to them. You know what I mean? But like. Because I'm not saying it's a bad thing either. But they're like, yo, we're in our own space. Like, I'm watching the streams. I'm doing this. I'm doing that.
Yeah.
In my own world. And I feel like that's really how this generation really is compared to, I guess, my generation, where we hung out with so many different people because we didn't have our own exclusive online groups. Where now everything is so compartmentalized, right? So this kid, I think his name's Rakai, right? He probably got some streams to do. He got his homies to keep up with. He got his video games that he plays. He got all these other things, and then inside those video games are just like a small community who he fucks with, and they're doing kind of the same thing. And so it's like everything is very compartmentalized, where he wouldn't really look at the fucking news.
Like the news wouldn't pop up on his feed. Yeah. So he wouldn't really come and see it. So
it's not showing up on social media. He's not
really,
right? Yeah. Which I think is a bigger thing. They say that's what they do, right? Let them eat bread and watch the circus. I've heard that quote. All the distractions to take it away.
No, it's
the real things happening.
No, it's so true. And they're like, oh, President Trump's going to fucking address this shit on TV. I'm like, nigga, no one's
going nobody watches TV anymore, bro.
He's on Channel 10, guys.
Right.
Channel 10.
He said, tune in.
Most people don't even know how to get the fucking Channel 10 anymore, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Oh, man.
90% of Americans don't even know what the fucking Channel 10 is or how to find it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's just, I don't know. That's hilarious from that's why I wanted to see if there's anybody in here that was just like, I don't know what the fuck's
No, I didn't know anything. I was actually in a similar boat as Rashid, but I just did some research before the podcast. I didn't want to totally dumb.
This man did homework, bro. He made me. He left me out here, not knowing shit.
These fuckers got me on the algorithm because my shit is all about that shit, dog.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm informed day-to-day updates.
You get an update.
Yeah, and it's been honestly. I mean, first off, I will say I never did think we would get to war. I thought that the global economy was so independent on each other for different products and services, oil.
No, yeah, exactly, right.
But I didn't think there would ever really be a war. Now, there is different, Ukraine, where there are huge countries like Russia and the United States, and we kind of like play like a little fun game of chess to see which person might theoretically win that territory. So we'll use a country like Ukraine, and we'll like fight a little war in Ukraine, but it never has our name really attached to it. We're always behind it with some money or whatever. But yeah, just to see, the American-Israel war was one of the most insane things I think I've ever seen. The fact that we would belittle ourselves so much and be involved with some stupid little country that gives us nothing in return was just the most insane thing that I've ever seen. I'm like, is it really? You're putting America and Israel like together in a little hyphen box. I was like, that's insane. So that's when you know that like something's really wrong.
Especially the amount of money that's gone to Israel. Like compared like billions and billions of dollars compared to money that could be going in much better places.
And the truth is, the reality is that 99% of America does not give a fuck about Israel, does not give a fuck about the Middle East, or anything to do with like that is like an entirely different world to us. We just don't give a shit. Like
basically another universe.
If it's not happening here,
what I'm saying.
We do not care. Half of us can't even name the damn like city like that the countries in the Middle East. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even know Lebanon was its own thing. I just thought it was just the Middle East. You know what I mean? That's the level of do not give a fuck that America's really is. So man. Obviously, President Trump's, or I shouldn't even call it President Trump, just pedophile Trump. His whatever the fuck has just been a complete fucking disgrace, and it's just disgusting. The fact that we're even at war entertaining those type of words in today's climate is absolutely insane. I never thought I would see it, to be honest with you. I just thought it was too, like I said, the world was too interconnected. Like, China buys all our debt. Yeah. We buy some of their debt. They owe us bread. We owe them money. They owe this, that. And we're all trying to keep this network going together and keep the global shit running.
But you've seen that disrupted, like tariffs and things.
Yeah, I mean, you tried the tariffs things, but honestly, it was great for me because none of you fucking pieces of shit can import your fucking trash from outside the country. I make all my products.
Say vintage rush. That's right.
None of you guys can help child labor. Little kids making your shit. Fuck you. I mean, I sell high quality shirts inside America. So obviously, I'm not too keen to the foreign
We're all good.
stuff. But the tariffs were really stupid because the tariffs would have made sense if the country that was shipping the product had to pay it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Instead of us,
But listen, so the country that's when it actually works, right? Because you got to think about it. So think about it like this. If the government, really wanted to implement a tariff, you would make the country that it's shipping from pay it first. Now, not only would you do that for two reasons. You do that for the first reason that you're actually taxing the country. But number two, you're actually getting the money beforehand before it comes to us, right? Mm-hmm. Because what happens is they send it to us, then we get the bill. And then the product's already over here. Yeah. And it's like, you're not paying an extra $60 to get your shit or what?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, fuck you. You know what I mean? And so really Americans are paying it. And so, but because of that cost, maybe it kind of evens out things for other industries. But, at the end of the day, it's Americans paying more taxes. It's not the other country. Because now the thing what will happen is that if you make the other country pay before they ship it, now we can negotiate the tariff with them.
Yeah, okay.
So right now I can say, listen, motherfucker, I'm not paying that. Don't send the product. And they're like, oh, well, what if you pay half? And you're like, you know what? Fuck it. That sounds fair. Let's do halves on it.
Yeah.
Right? And we can at least negotiate it. Or maybe we order so much that they'll just pay the tariff on it beforehand.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
we can negotiate. But without that, you're actually crippling the American buyer from being able to negotiate and use the tariff as like a bargaining chip like it's supposed to, right? America first. You know what I mean? And so, the tariff was a fucking horrible failure. It was so fucking stupid. Like
I agree,
really, like it was literally just another way that the government got more money from the American people. It was literally not, you know. And you got some stupid fucking rednecks that are so manga that they have to agree with
whatever happens.
Whatever the administration says, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you got idiots that actually think the war is good. I can't even fathom just how you must have really cut off your family members. Like, you must have really like pissed some people off, and you're just like, hey man, I'm on this fucking side, and I'm fucking dying with it. You know what I mean?
Mindless zombies.
Yeah, the manga Titanic is definitely going down. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah. But yeah, no, it's definitely interesting to see everybody's perspective on it. I guess it's not real enough yet, and let's just hope it doesn't get to that. But yeah.
Well, I have an interesting question.
Sure.
Do you think there'll be a draft? There's been talks about a 2026, maybe 2027 draft. Do you think that could happen?
It's scary to even think about that, because that means that they're already preparing for the conflict to escalate.
Yeah.
Maybe into World War III, which would obviously just have involved, Russia and China. And yeah, I mean, shit, fuck, I hope not, dog, because this kind of brings up another big point, which is the U.S. dollar. The only reason why the U.S. dollar is worth a lot is because we have a lot of bases all over the world, and we kind of wield power from those bases, and even within our own allies and such. You were over in Japan recently, and why the fuck do we have a military base in Japan? You know what I mean? If you technically think about it.
No, it's crazy.
We get it. We have it there. So if Japan acts out of line, we can press a button and fuck them up. It's more about the threat than it is that.
No, it's like more than a threat in Okinawa. Like, literally, there's like 5 military bases across that whole island. The whole island only takes 3 hours to drive across. So, like, I would say like 35% of the island consists of military bases. Like, it's almost like
that's crazy.
It's a lot.
So a lot of times, what people don't understand, the reason why the dollar's worth so much is that we technically have a gun to other countries' heads, and we're like, hey, if you're gonna buy oil, use a U.S. dollar, right? And that gives us the ability to print them. That gives us the ability to make our worthless money into something because we got off the gold standard. So, I mean, honestly, man, this is a really stupid reason to try to bluff. You know what I mean? This Israel, Middle Eastern bullshit is just really a stupid reason to bluff for no reason. Because we were doing good. I mean, we smacked Venezuela around, and we got some oil and some diamonds and some metals and shit. And we should have really just stopped there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, if Israel falls, who gives a fuck? America doesn't. We don't. Real Americans don't. We don't give a fuck. That's like
Facts.
if, Zimbabwe on Planet X. Right? We don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, we're like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, sweet. You know what I mean?
All right.
Like, so it was a really stupid reason to try to bully somebody. And then now it's like, we're stuck in this weird no man's land, and if we don't just body these motherfuckers, then our dollar's not worth shit, because then our other allies are like,
maybe we could win. It's like, they did it, maybe we could do it.
Exactly. So it's a sad state of affairs. But yeah, you guys got any more thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, the draft specifically.
Oh, do I think the draft will happen, or do you think? I mean, that's my thoughts on it. Is that it's just very sad.
It's very sad.
If we're already planning for that.
But what I was gonna say is that I don't think a draft could even like really happen the same way it could happen back in like the 1960s. Like, people are gonna be going crazy, breaking their legs. You know what I'm saying? The American people from the 60s to now, completely different.
That is true.
We have a huge obesity problem. We have, lots of, just interesting folks around, I think
it's just like, I mean, I think Gen Z and this is what's so great about them is that they're like kind of pampered to the point where they say no. They're like, no.
Yeah.
Like, whereas like other generations had that guilt from their parents and that whole like, oh, you know, you gotta step up for your country and blah blah blah. They don't got that. No.
Yeah, that is
They're
true.
gonna be like,
they were like, nah, I don't want to go. You'll get that letter like,
I am not dying
I'm good.
for Israel.
I'm good. It's like this, bro. It's like that text message that they get and they don't respond to it. That means no. That is basically how they say no nowadays. That very passive aggressive, like.
Put it down.
Left them on red.
Yeah,
Just,
red, no response. Like, you know what I mean? And like, so that's they gonna leave the government on red.
They gonna
leave the government on red. They not even going
pretty
to
much.
respond. And no, the truth is, people ask me, like, "Oh, would you go?" And I was like, "Fuck no, like absolutely not."
They raised the requirements. You can actually join up to like 45 now.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I was like, nah, bro, I'll hit the little Muhammad Ali shuffle. I'll shuffle my ass in jail. I'm gonna shuffle my ass in jail. Ain't no way. Now, if it was like some real shit, like you know, China with like, you know, not a false flag attack, which I think is actually another funny point, is that like everybody's ready for the false flag attack.
Yeah.
And like almost at this point, if there was like a domestic terrorist thing that happened, niggas wouldn't even believe it. They wouldn't even believe it, bro. They would just be like, false flag. Like, we're so false flagged out that I don't even know if a false flag is going to happen.
I mean, especially things like AI. Like, you see something, and every time you see something now, you're very, you don't know. You're really just, it's very suspicious, like, how AI kind of got, like, rolled in when, like, all this crazy news has come out. Like, you know, like things with Epstein and the war and just everything like that.
I mean, you know,
it's hard to distinct it.
The AI.
The Zionists.
I'm just saying.
So.
But yeah, no, it's a thing, man. So I mean, I don't think it's gonna work the way they want. I don't think they're gonna answer the call. You're gonna, of course, you're gonna have your small percentage that obviously does, but overall,
yeah. I think
you know what's funny about the whole thing is probably the funniest thing is that the people that would answer the call are the ones that they just spent all the money kicking out. All the immigrants.
Yeah.
Yep.
The one that you said, hey, America needs you, they'd be like,
no, all the immigrants are joining, man. They're
like, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just worked so hard to get them out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So,
that's crazy.
All right. So moving on. You've seen Invincible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen Invincible.
Yes.
I haven't, but I know the complete storyline because I'm one of those idiots that, you know, just had to have the comic read to him on YouTube. Just had to know everything. You know what I mean? And so I kind of ruined myself already. So, I mean, I'm pretty up to date on that.
I mean, not really, because they be changing stuff in there.
Storyline.
So it's like, you can know what is going on, but you won't know exactly what's gonna happen.
Right,
so
right. And I love that, by the way.
Yeah.
I will say that. I love that. I love it when they kind of, you know, throw a little
curveball in there.
Little curveball. Not too much, but
you
know, something that made sense.
Well, think about the advantage they have. It's like when Robert Kirkman was first writing Invincible. You know, they're going in, you know, step by step. But with the whole story, he knows the ending. He's able to like just emphasize aspects of the show or aspects of the comic that would have made the show better, and storylines that like work better.
Yeah, I know, and always being able to have that outside second go at shit.
Yeah,
it kind of works. You know
it really does. Yeah,
it
makes things
be
a little
able to
better.
like come out with a complete series, and you're like, it's good.
Yeah.
And then you come back a couple years later and you're reading through your series, you're like, no, I could have.
Yeah, he could have like
I could have just added this in here.
I could have gone a different way, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So I guess kind of when you use the anime like that, I think, or the show, I think it could be great. I mean, so what's your take on season 4?
Man, season 4 has been really great. What's there to say, man? One of the most stupidest cliffhangers. I thought it was stupid in the comics, and man, it was so stupid in the comics. I didn't think they would do it in the show. Cecil trapping Conquest in a concrete block and reviving him after the Invincible War, bro. What was he thinking? What was he thinking? He was obviously going to escape. Conquest immediately escapes, and there's a rematch between him and Invincible. And man, it was brutal. It was such a great episode. That episode specifically, you haven't seen it, so I won't go too into it. But I think it was literally the best episode in the show by far.
All right. Now, was that
episode
1? Is that how they kicked it off?
No, that was like episode 4.
4, I think.
Oh, okay, okay. So there's some shit that happens, which is good. I like that, basically. Mm-hmm. What about you, Rashid, man? I mean, lay it on us, man. What are you thinking about Invincible?
I like it. I'm liking this new season. I'm liking season 4. It's pretty good so far. Yeah, I like how they brought Oliver more into it, I guess. Like he's growing up, he's getting out his purple.
He's not as purple.
He's not as purple anymore.
Yeah,
I kind of wish he kind of was just stayed purple, but it's cool. But nah, yeah, because one of the episodes he gets his own little shine, I guess, with I'm forgetting his name.
Tech Jacket?
No, was that his name? The one that turns into a rock, like he forms himself into a rock. And they fight.
I forgot his name, but basically the big mafia spin guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he fights the dragon. And I'm like, damn, he really knows what he's doing around here. But then again, that dragon was fucking crazy.
Well, okay.
that dragon.
You didn't have to call Invincible.
Yeah, he did. Like he was doing work, and then he's like, "Hey, bro, you too much, bro. I need help, man." But no, I do like how Oliver is getting more involved, and it's kind of interesting to see if he's gonna be more. See how powerful he's gonna get.
Yeah.
Just because how fast he grows up.
Yeah.
So I do want to see what they do with that, and then. Yeah, they finally.
That'd be actually be cool. Now that you bring that up, that'd be cool if there's a point where he's more powerful than Invincible.
Yeah.
Because based on just like he hit his peak.
Yeah.
Before Invincible hit his peak.
Yeah.
Like Invincible obviously is going to be that guy in the future. We all know that shit. But it'd be cool to see like a nice season where Oliver's like
like the little brother.
Yeah.
he comes.
Bitch ass up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that would be.
He's growing up quick. It's possible.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
He's like, I'm 32 years old. I'm proud. You know what I mean? I'm 29 years old. You're still 22.
One like really funny moment that like I really loved in season 4 was after the whole fight with Conquest, the rematch. Mark is like beaten up, right? Like he's like basically on the brink of death for like 3 months. But when he comes back, Oliver and Omni-Man are kind of doing some bonding or whatever. But Oliver goes up to Mark Invincible, and Mark has like a big beard and mustache, and he's like, "I like your beard." And he's like, "Oh, yours is good too." And then you look at Oliver, and he's got a couple hairs in there. I was like,
that is pretty funny. That is funny.
That got me pretty good.
Now that's bringing me back. Okay, so now I remember when that happens. I do remember that happens. It takes like 3 months to get back.
Yep.
Yeah, Invincible gets crazy, dog.
It gets good.
Yeah, it gets crazy. I mean, spoilers. I'm gonna spoil some shit. I don't know.
No, go ahead.
Right, yeah,
I mean, I know everything that happens in the comics as well.
There's shit that like, bro, yeah, it's crazy. Like one point, he like leaves for 5 years, and Eve moves on, and she's fat, but she has like another boyfriend, another life, and like, yeah, there's just some crazy shit that happens in Invincible where it's just like, damn, bro, that's what it really would be like getting married to like a motherfucker like Superman or something. Like, there'd be times where this is like.
He's just gone.
I was gone with the Justice League for 4 months. They're like, oh, I thought you were fucking dead. I got a new boyfriend. I've been fucking other motherfuckers and shit. And you're just like...
Yeah. I wonder how they'll handle that, man. There's so many parts of Invincible, the comic, where I'm like, man, how are they going to handle that in the show? How are they going to do it?
I remember it was so funny, like, I think when they first, the girl, Viltrumite, showed up, and I was just like, oh, they're going to do it. I was like, oh man, I was like getting excited. I was like, I wonder how they're gonna go about it. Because if you guys don't know, Mark gets fucking raped.
Yeah, straight up.
She rapes this nigga. brutally.
He said brutally.
And so I'm like,
Oh man.
damn. I was like, they wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare. Let's see what they do.
Well,
Yeah, I guess they
that
didn't
wasn't
do
the part in the series though. It might still happen later.
Yeah, it wasn't the part. Yeah, it might still might happen later, but I was just like, oh, they gonna do this? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, Invincible. I mean, I love Invincible. It's always been a great show. It's just funny that I always laugh at the first episode because, hey, I was about to shut that shit off. I was like minute 18. I was like, man, and then all of a sudden, Omni-Man starts murdering everybody, and I'm like, oh.
Okay.
We might have something here.
We might have something.
Yeah.
This is intriguing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, you know, the obviously the lore writes itself, but yeah, I don't know. It's just something. Yeah, I always sit back and laugh about Invincible, and just I was really about to shut it off. And it was, and a lot of people. I don't know if people don't remember this, or people do remember this. Is that Invincible came out like maybe after the first or second season of The Boys, and it was like the reason why like people started watching it. Everybody was loving The Boys, and then it was like, but you might like Invincible.
Yeah.
And so you were like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. Similar superheroes.
I was like, all right, Netflix is kind of going in, or not Netflix, but Amazon's kind of going in this superhero shit. So let's see what they're talking about with this Invincible shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then now Invincible rivals The Boys, which
That's crazy.
you know we're waiting on.
No,
I think
the season
they
dropped. I'm on episode 2. You're
They
behind.
They dropped it. Yeah. Right.
Season
Did they
5
drop the
was-
whole thing, or is
No,
it
just
just
two
episodes?
just two
Okay.
episodes.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And
I was about to say. I
watched
think
the
I
newest
saw it.
episode
They
of The
just
Boys.
dropped it this week, or
Oh,
Yeah, this week.
this week.
Yeah,
week.
see, that's what I'm talking about. Man.
He's behind on time.
I live in my own bubble. Man.
I didn't even know about The Boys.
You know, if this was back in like 2005, nigga, I would have watched the fucking premiere. You know what I mean? But because everything's so compartmentalized and everything is so just like boom, 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 boom.
Tons of niches.
Different apps,
Yeah.
this, that, there's no central hub that's like advertising. Yeah, like so, like for instance, if man, there's just so much out there. Yeah, I haven't watched Invincible. I didn't know The Boys was dropping. Oh, man, I am behind. I got some TV to watch.
Yes,
man.
you do.
Yeah. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But speaking of obviously different main characters, different stuff like that, what is your guys' favorite protagonist, or who is the best protagonist, so to speak?
Let's hear it, Rashid. You got
Me?
something?
Yeah.
Best protagonist, you think like tells like a good story from beginning to end, who you like to follow along the journey?
I would say, I would say Naofumi from Rising of the Shield Hero.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah.
Really?
I think so, yeah. Just because how they're like, he came in to the world all excited. The whole crew was like, hey, bro, we all excited. Then, I don't know how. They really didn't explain how the rumor got out, but like, because they were all talking and like, everybody's like, yeah, the Shield Hero is ass in most video games.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, it's the real world, bro. It don't matter. And then, like, everybody somehow finds out that the Shield Hero's ass, so then everybody just hates on him. So then they just send him off by himself, and then you just see him like, hey, bro, I'm going to just do this on my own then.
Yeah.
So it is pretty, I don't know. I just like the underdog stories of just everybody.
It is good zero to hero because like Naofumi's from the real world. He gets isekai'd into like the video game.
The video
Right.
game, yeah.
And he gets there and he thought that he'd be treated with respect, but everyone hates on him.
Everybody's
dogs
just
on him.
hating on him, bro. It's like, for
And then
what, bro?
He gets accused of sexually assaulting.
Yeah,
one
the
of the
princess.
girls.
Yeah, the
And-
princess of the
and
kingdom. And she plays
falsely
him, bro.
excuses, like literally
Yep,
she
I
plays
remember
him.
that, I remember
She
that.
plays him. And then he's like,
It's like,
and
what
the
the
king just like, is like, yeah, bro, get out of here. We don't want to see it.
Yeah, bro.
Kind of, rises from the bottom ranks. Just with a shield, right? Because he can't
Just-
have any
yeah.
offense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he
just
goes into the
shield.
shop. He's like, bro, I can't pick up any other weapon but his shield, bro. He's like, all right, bro. So he goes out. He gets his slave. He's like, fight for me.
So no, it's a good zero to hero.
Yeah, it is pretty good. The redemption they have for him,
Now for me,
it is fucking fantastic, bro. I like it. I like it a lot. Basic.
All right, that's a valid one. I like that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I watched the first season. I loved it.
No, yeah, the first season. I love the first season.
Yeah, I love the first season, and then I don't know. I just got lost track. One of those things that I just. Didn't
It kind of took a while for a second season to come out.
Yeah, I think I watched the first 3 episodes of the second season and just forgot about it, to be honest with you. But I do remember that first season was great.
Yeah.
First season
Very
was
good.
great.
Very good.
I do remember that as well. What about you, Romeo? Where are you going with this?
I would say like favorite anime protagonist from like beginning to end. Although the end hasn't happened yet, I really like Tanjiro from Demon Slayer.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, I mess with him. You know, he's like a pure-hearted, good guy. Walks in, family's murdered, goes on a crazy journey to become a demon slayer. I mean, you know, it's just like an honest, good shonen anime that, you know, has beautiful animation, and you know, Tanjiro's a genuine dude. Like, I kinda I like that about him. Pure-hearted, genuine, takes care of his sister.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A G.
He
Yeah.
was not ready to give up on his sister. And
Nope.
At all.
yeah, he's
That
gone through
was
some
cool.
crazy battles. I mean,
Yeah.
he's had some crazy battles. I mean, you know, yeah, he hasn't hit his peak yet, but he's, you know, hopefully it's coming.
I'm a Nanosuke guy. I want to see his peak come up.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I Tanjiro cool, but I'm a Nanosuke
I like
guy.
my
bro.
dog, Zenitsu.
Zenitsu.
That nigga's crazy, dog. I
Nice.
love how he's tight sometimes, and then he's a bitch on everybody else. But
I like how
tight,
yeah.
that
I like
nigga's
how he tightened
big.
up while he was awake in the castle.
Yeah.
Yep,
I'm like,
the
oh
mo-
damn,
the
he's
mo-
doing something
movie.
while he's
Yep.
awake, bro. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, we ought to
Yeah.
see something go crazy later on, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's going to be one of those guys like Flash, you know, in like Justice League,
Yeah.
where they had that iconic episode where, you
The
know,
Brainiac episode.
Yeah, Brainiac, yep, Brainiac, you know, it's just like beats everybody.
Yeah.
And Flash just freaks out, and he's like, fuck it. And
Yep.
he's just like, boom.
He's
And all
like,
of a sudden, you just see the
boom,
Flash
yeah.
on different Earth, like places on Earth. He's
Yeah,
like,
it's
boom.
boom.
He's like, what the fuck?
You just see him go.
Yeah, yeah.
And just pieces of him just coming
pieces
off.
of it
Yeah.
just flashing on the world like this thing is running around the world. He's going so fucking fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was tight. I always been trying to figure out a way to put a shirt together of that scene, but I just never figured out how to
do
encompass
it.
The flashes of the Earth. Like, yeah, if I had a fucking like video shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video shirt.
But it's like I don't know how I would like put.
I
you know what
guess
mean?
Yeah.
You could do scene, like flash scene by scene, and then just have a streak go down to where then the bottom part
Yeah.
would be Brainiac and Lex and just pieces of them flying off.
Right.
I would
like
have to put it
shattered
on
glass
paper.
Yeah,
kinda thing?
it's weird.
Okay,
Yeah, but it's
a weird-
it's a weird thing
it's
to
a
try to
weird
put it.
scene. Like I've never figured it out. I would always just be like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'd be like, I want to do this, but I don't know how to really incorporate
execute it. Yeah,
the flashes of all the different locations. Cause I want to see the do.
Mhm.
I want to get that effect where it's like, you know, he's running around the world.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And then he's like, boom. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like, yeah, that shit was tight. That was definitely one of those Justice League scenes that I was like.
you're like, whoa, because he did beat everybody. Every Justice League member was just on the floor, and then he tells them, like, I beat every Justice League member. What are you gonna do, Flash? And then you just see him run away, and you're like, why you run away? And then you just see Lex just get hit,
Yeah.
and like, what? And then he just keeps on going,
Yeah.
and then he just finally hits him that one time and just basically takes all of Brainiac's armor off of Lex.
He just, and he just freaks out. He's just like, fuck, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I'm gonna run around the world. I'm gonna build up so much fucking momentum
Right.
that you're not even be able to see me. Like, you know what I mean? And then he like disappears in the thing.
The Speed Force,
The Speed Force, and he's like,
everybody has to pull him out.
yeah, they have to pull him out. I wish they didn't pull him out. I just wish
Just
that,
dies in a blaze of
Just
glory.
stayed in the Speed Force.
That was it. And then they got to get him like a couple of. I wish they would have played it out a couple more episodes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I wish they would have. He would have just been done, and then it's like,
Yeah.
how we gonna get him?
How we go?
Speed
Yeah,
Force and get
that
him-
could have been like the season ending, and then
Yeah.
like next season,
Yeah.
the couple first like two, because they usually do like two parters, and
Yeah.
like in the old season, it was
Yeah.
like part one, part two. So then the next season they could have done like, all right, how we gonna get them?
Like, how we gonna get him?
Yeah.
Speed Force. And
Yeah,
They got
Yeah.
to recruit all these different people.
Yeah.
And Batman got to come up with some shit.
yeah. That kind of that low key would have been kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that would have been
I was
cool.
kind of disappointed the way they were just like, hold on 1 second.
Yeah,
You portal, get your ass out of here. That'd be
Yeah.
such a climatic,
Yeah.
epic move
Yeah.
like
It was crazy seeing him fade away because, like, bro, what's
Yeah.
happening? And you just see him fade away. I was like,
That-
yeah.
It makes you think like Flash could be, or maybe is, the strongest like hero
Yeah.
in the DC universe.
Yeah, good thing.
think
Like,
of
if
Yeah.
he does ever freak out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was tight. I definitely would like to see that type of moment from Zenitsu.
He's the
Well-
definition of a sleeper.
I mean, I'm gonna just go. I mean, I'm just gonna go pretty taboo, but I think I never really thought about this character like this until his last series, and you know, and it's one character that's the most popular, but I never really thought about the story of Goku until the Tournament of Power arc. That was the first time when I really started putting his whole career into perspective. It's weird that I never really, I don't know, but it was just something about the God standing up and him reaching the ultimate form, Ultra Instinct, something that like even the gods couldn't obtain. And Beerus was like,
Yeah, he was like, hey, hold on, bro.
hold on, nigga, what? You know what I mean? And really, the shit could have just ended right then and there because really all they ever did was nerf UI after that.
Yeah.
You know what I
He
mean?
really hasn't popped up.
You know, they really
Again.
just nerfed UI because that was technically the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where like, and then you go back and you look at like, Kid Goku, right? Obviously genetic freak compared to like, humans,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's the same, he's a genetic freak. You know what I mean? Freak athlete, little kid just beating the shit out of the Red Ribbon Army, blah, blah, blah. But there was a moment in Dragon Ball where he had to sit down and learn how to fight with Master Popo and really learn the opposite side of the martial art where it's like the mind, and that's where Ultra Instinct like started from.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then, he had to like, go through, his adulthood and like died a couple times and just always be on the relentless pursuit of power and self, betterment, which he showed multiple times because he was willing to die to go to the other side for obviously his family. But really, I think that nigga just wanted to train by himself.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not just
Another
keeping it a
challenge.
buck.
It's just-
I just think the nigga wanted to go and train in peace. All right, because he was kind of like, oh man, Cell, you're gonna blow up the world.
Guess
I
I
would
got.
sacrifice myself to train more.
Yeah, Goku, he was trying to be a deadbeat. All right, he was trying to
man.
Because
train.
look, theoretically, he could go drop him off in Mars.
He
drop
got-
him, come
He
back
could
to
have dropped
Earth.
him off
Plenty of
anywhere
time.
else, bro.
No, he literally, he dropped Cell off. He said, all right, King Kai, Cell's here. He's like, what?
Yeah, no, if he really wanted to, he could be like, Mars,
Zoop.
out. Like,
Yeah.
he just dropped his ass off in Mars.
Easy.
He could have saved King Kai too.
Yeah.
he
He
could have saved King Kai.
Oh my gosh, bro. That's
He
funny.
was just like, I wouldn't mind being suicide. Then I could play in the, maybe I can fight Pycon again.
He said maybe.
And I can go train. You know what I mean? And guess what he did? He unlocked Super Saiyan 3 while he was out there training. So,
That's right.
this guy will do anything to get stronger, apparently. Yeah, I mean,
Even
suicide-
he would die to
yeah,
train.
suicide
That's-
is not out of the question for Goku. But, just kind of getting back to it, though. But, yeah, no, I mean, obviously, you see his storyline, all his selfish things that he's done, selfless things that he's done. And for him to, like, even in the manga, like, Master Roshi introduces the idea of Ultra Instinct to him. Kind of gives them, like, Whis had been kind of building up towards it. But in the manga, Master Roshi actually shows Goku that, like, there is an Ultra Instinct form because he actually, Master Roshi fights Jiren and, like, makes Jiren miss. And, like, because he has a little bit of UI. And they even kind of make a little reference to the anime where, like, Beerus is like, hey, old man.
All right.
He said, I see you.
And that was more of a reference to the manga where Master Roshi kind of shows off with just a little bit of UI, like, hey, dog, you got to have your body move without you thinking.
Mhm.
Like, even I can, make Jiren miss. And so, I think you have like all these just different dynamics and everything, and then just to see him and like the gods stand up. To me, that was like the ultimate like. Damn, dog. Like, they could have just ended the shit right there, dog. I was just like, damn, about a tear in a nigga's eye, dog. Like, damn, like, you know, Whis gives the monologue where he's just like, look, you can feel the fight. And, like, you know, he's not even looking at the fight no more. I'm just like, damn, this is like the ultimate for, you know what I mean? And then, yeah, you know, so yeah, for me, man, just because I feel like, you know, I was there for the nigga's childhood. I was there for his adolescence. I was there for, his good dad, where, you know, he was the good dad would probably be like the Strongest World movie, maybe a little bit of the Raditz movie, not the Raditz movie, but the Raditz saga, and like. Some of the Cell Saga. He was a good dad in the Cell Saga. So I've been through his good dad phase. You know, I've been through the Super Saiyan phase. You know what I mean? Yep. I'm not a big Boo Saga guy, but, you know, I was there for the fusions and, you know, the Spirit Bomb and, you know, the ending and
it's like you grew up with Goku.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then finally to see his final form where he's back and, you know, he had to go, you know, peak with the gods, where he kind of peaked with the gods, but then it was like, nah, bro. He really put everything together and obtained Ultra Instinct, and like even everybody had to stand up. Like, he had Vegeta over there as his fucking cheerleader, all right? He doesn't take Vegeta into his fucking motivational speech. You know what I mean? So then it was like, okay, you know what I mean? For me, I was like, yeah, Goku's probably the top protagonist in my opinion, just because of all the different stages of his life.
Oh, very, very, very good take.
But yeah. But I mean, they fucked it all up. I mean, they just nerfed UI. They didn't even let him fucking beat Jiren. They just were like, nah. Nope. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And like, so, yeah, they fucked it all up. But, you know, there was a moment where I was like, damn.
Let the show end right here.
Yeah. The show could end right here, right now.
Yeah.
And I can sleep all my days. You know, I can look over the universe and know how grateful it is. But yeah, no, that's definitely my favorite protagonist. I guess real quick, I know we've harped on the subject a little bit, but I guess aesthetic-wise, do you guys prefer the new aesthetic compared to the older aesthetic? And I would think that the older aesthetic is referring to late 80s, early 90s. And then we're talking about basically, I would say like, man, when did anime really change? You know, weirdly, I want to say Attack on Titan.
I would say like when Death Note.
No, Death Note was still the mid-2000s that kind of had that 90s aesthetic. Well, because you had the mid-2000s look.
Yeah, true.
Which
yeah.
was
That's
like
true,
2005 to around, well, when Attack on Titan went off, like 2014. And then I think 2014 on kind of was the birth of the new aesthetic. In a weird way.
Yeah, okay.
Because, you know, I think there's like the X-Men anime that was like in that, definitely like that 2000s.
Yeah.
Then you got Devil May Cry was definitely in that. Like mid-2000s. What else? Like Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh had a run like there. Then you had like the new generation, which I think really feel like Attack on Titan kind of kicked that off. Where it was like that new style. Like, somebody got to come up with fucking names for this shit.
I know.
Because there's technically not a name for any of
like any of these new styles. It's just that you see that they're not the none of them are the same.
Like,
so
somebody got to come up with something,
right?
Yeah, the Bleach was in that mid 2000s look. But yeah, there was definitely a change. I felt like I really first saw it with Attack on Titan, then you saw it with My Hero.
Okay, yeah,
for sure. You know what I mean? And you kind of saw that new genre.
Well, yeah, it's definitely because of the big jump of technologies. Like back in the day, each and every cell was hand drawn, methodically.
Yeah.
And now they do it on the computer, and so there's like a big aesthetic difference. When anime, like back in the day, like in the 80s and 90s, it was more like artistic for sure. Like the backgrounds, the just the colors, the colors in general, the way it looked, it was like a piece of art throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, and the close-ups were just better. I don't know what it was, but the close-ups they were just so much better in the golden era, and just the aesthetic. I mean, they had horrible frames. Don't get me wrong, because they had to. But like the good frames were really good.
Yeah,
You
where
know
like
what I
if
mean?
you paused it, you'd be like, damn, I could frame this and just put it up somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so that's like each frame was just literally just artwork. Cause that's
And yeah, sometimes the new frames, the new ones, they're good. They're good. I mean, so there's some really good frames. Sometimes you can just, I don't know whether you can just tell more when they're lacking, but you can be like,
Yeah, there's certain anime that just like, have bad animation compared to good animation. Like, the Demon Slayer movie was like stunning throughout.
Yep.
yeah.
Chainsaw Man, I think looked pretty good.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man was great. It was a little confusing, but it was great. I mean, you definitely got to watch the dub of that to keep up with the action.
To keep everything.
That shit got rolling, nigga. Fuck. You know what I mean? That shit was boom, boom. I mean, I'd love to watch that again in IMAX. Fuck, I'd like to watch that again in IMAX. I'd like to have a double. I don't think I got to watch it in IMAX. But damn.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I like the older animation just because it just felt, you could feel it more, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
Like when you're watching it, you could feel like the characters, like
soul,
emotions. Yeah, like there's a little bit more soul to it. But I also do like the newer animation because of the fight style, like the fighting. Because you can see clearly, it's like some of the fight scenes you can clearly see more.
I think there's like
Then they can add more impact frames. They could just add more dynamic to the fight scenes.
Angles that they get.
So it is kind of cool to see the action scenes, but it sucks when they have to compromise spending on the action scenes from just from regular.
Right.
Because in the One Punch Man show, you see it. You can see, like, you're saving the animation for the fight scenes, but I don't want to wait 6 episodes for me, like 6 episodes of just I don't want to wait like 6 episodes of trash animation to see 1 episode of fantastic animation. Like that shouldn't be the compromise.
Exactly. And they did that with Super a lot. There would be like episodes of Super where it was just like, this is amazing. And then 9 episodes out of 10 would be like, this is like.
Well, I don't know if you heard the news. They're remaking Super fully in the art style of the Broly movie back in 2018.
Oh.
They're remaking every single saga.
I mean, that's cool.
I did not hear about that.
I'd
Did not hear about that?
I'd almost rather them do a movie.
A movie? Oh, like a super arc movie.
Like a saga movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Battle of the Gods, what they do, like obviously the Goku Black Saga, all of the movies.
Aren't they redoing?
But to reanimate every single episode and just replay it.
I think it's gonna be like Dragon Ball Kai.
Yeah, even still.
Cut out filler,
I don't know. I'm not really digging that. I think that's a waste of resources. There's so many different ways they could do shit better with. There's just so many different things that they could do better with that time than to just
redo a whole
thing. Which, I'll defend Super in one aspect. Super was really tight in the way that you got the weekly watch, and everything was fresh and new. And for me, it was great to have the conversations on YouTube because this is when the Dragon Ball YouTube scene was really popping off. And every episode, hour after,
analyze.
a nigga analyzing every frame, and he'd be like, "You see this in fucking minute?" They flash a little picture of I think this ring means blah 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 blah. blah. And there was so many, and it became kind of interesting to see if that guy's theory
was correct
or not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And they put it together really well, and so it made. But I mean, it is true. I mean, Super is a tough watch on the second end. To rewatch it again.
Yeah.
Now at the time and place, it was dope.
It might have been carried by the hype.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, it might have been carried by the hype, but every now and then you got what you wanted. You know what I mean? And Trunks cutting Zamasu in half. Vegito.
Yeah.
The Vegito.
Fusion.
Fucking fusion fight against Zamasu was really good. Like that was one of those episodes that they elevated up.
Yeah.
And so you know, I mean, to be honest with you, this new style, the reason why I always just say that it sucks is just like we're supposed to be faster with new technology, with easier way, with innovation, and somehow the seasons are taking longer and they're usually worse. It makes no sense. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, why did we change the old format
if it was working?
Yeah, if we were getting season after season, like motherfuckers are pumping seasons out. But yeah, so I mean that's really, yeah, that's my own beef with the new versus the old is definitely the timing, and yeah, you can really see the money spent in the new. Like the new, you really see.
Yeah.
Damn, like you really didn't give a fuck about these first 5 episodes. No, with that's it for us. I guess we kind of had the buzzard go off. But yeah, definitely, man, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow the podcast. We'll do our best to get up clips and just, always just let us, give us some more topics. Topics.
Yeah, let us know what y'all want to hear, man.
Yeah, let us know what you guys want to hear about. I definitely always like to put something in the real world. Obviously, anime, Marvel, and just anything, really.
Well, hey, that's what makes it over 9,000, all right? We're
right.
not just anime, all right? We go over.
You go over and above. Over and above.
Over and above, yep.
Yes, sir.
But,
yes, sir.
Yeah, man, that's it for me. Obviously, I'm Rush. You can follow me at Vintage Rush 616. And go ahead, Romeo.
Yep, I'm Romeo. You can follow me at Retros on Instagram.
Yep, it's your boy Rashid. You can follow me at Zombie Hulk 2149 on Instagram.
All right.
All right. Until next time.
Next time.